welcome back to Coexist. I'm one half of the host. I'm Greg. My partner is working on her paper. She's in her doctorate degree, but I just want to bring you an update on just a little stuff that we've been doing. But this episode in particular will be called Why Did I Get Married? So the reason I'm asking why did I get married is because I think people sometimes get married for the wrong reasons. Um, some of it could be someone's pregnant and they're kind of jumping into it. I recently myself am a grandfather, so I'm excited about that. But I told my son, don't rush to get married. The baby's coming regardless of what everyone says. The baby's coming regardless. Now the baby's here. But if you want to get married and you pray on that, and that's what God wants you to do, then I'm all for it. And I know that having a baby out of wedlock is a sin. We understand that, but the sin is already done. So moving forward, I just don't want him to like rush and feel pressured to go and do something because this is a lifelong commitment. We don't get married to get divorced. That's not our plan. So the reason being, like I said, this episode is why did I get married. You might see my wife stop in sometimes. She might stop in and say hello and whatever. But I wanted to focus on just the realness of marriage. And so for me, when I'm answering this question, why did I get married? Um, for me, I think it's like you want. First off, I prayed on it. Prior to that, I was married before for about 18 years. And after that, I went through a stage where like I thought to myself that I might not get married again. So I wasn't sure if I even wanted to. But after prayer, seeking counsel, and just understanding, it wasn't something that I wanted to rush into also. So be clear of that. Like I was gonna take a break. I wasn't gonna, this, and that. But when you meet a certain person, when you meet your person, when you meet someone that you feel like God has sent you, and you prayed on that, the connection should be instant. It will be like a overwhelming feeling, like your best friend, your person that you've been missing. Like, where have you been all my life? And for my wife, I tell her all the time, I say, meant to be, joking, but serious. Um, so it's a couple different reasons, but the reason why I got married is because honestly, like when you pray about it, God has not meant for man to be alone. Um, so why would I want to be alone? I want somebody to spend the rest of my life with. I want somebody to travel with, make memories with, laugh with, come home to. Um, a lot of people are successful and then they go out there and be successful. They come home to a big, lovely house and then they're lonely when they come home. Um, so I believe that, like they say, a wife makes a home. Um, so you want to come home to somebody you can laugh with, even if you had a bad day, you can cry with, you can talk about stuff, you can seek understanding, you know, affection, attention, things of that nature. And for me, it's like I'm not a what I want to say, like for the streets person. I've never been like one for the streets. I've always been kind of like a relationship person my whole life. Um, because I like consistency. I like the loyalty, the everything that comes with a relationship. Obviously, you're gonna have ups and downs. You're gonna argue. You're gonna go through um, just getting to know each other, going through different stages. But one of the things that I have learned from being married is communication is key. And a lot of times you're gonna go through having like these hard conversations. You're gonna have to have um, the conversations that's hard to have. You might feel like someone's feelings are going to get hurt, but you have to have these conversations because what happens is, and I can attest to this because I used to do it, is hold stuff in. You begin to get like resentful or you begin to like, well, I'm not gonna tell you nothing, and then like that spills over to the next day and maybe the next week, and now you go on a couple days and haven't talked to your partner, haven't been intimate, haven't been affectionate, um, and then the other person that wasn't mad, now they become mad, so it gets worse and worse. But I noticed that if you just attack stuff from the beginning, then it's a lot easier to get over it. But just knowing that it's how you approach a situation, if you're coming from a place of love, and I tell my wife all the time, is I love you, right? So when I'm coming to you and you know that I love you, I have your best interest, so I'm not doing anything to affect you or offend you purposely. So when I'm telling you, I'm just trying to get some understanding, or if I'm asking questions, I'm trying to get understanding so we can move past it. Um, so for me, communication is the main thing that you have to have in your relationship. You have to have trust, honesty, love. Um, but the main foundation of your relationship, if you're like me, if you're a believer, you have to have Christ at the center of that. And we made a big deal about praying every morning and doing Bible study at night just with each other. And that builds our union and have us become closer, because I believe that if I'm having Bible study with you at night, it's hard to be mad or you know what I'm saying, or I might want to go to sleep and I might be a little irritated, but now we have to do Bible study. So in Bible study, we have to talk about what we just studied. So it kind of breaks the mood, and you're not supposed to go to sleep mad at each other anyway. So that helps a lot. And that's not to say your marriage is just gonna be rainbows and stars and whatever every day. We're gonna have our problems, we're gonna go through our different things, um but as Christ is your foundation and Christ is love, it's easier to overcome a lot more stuff in that. um that's like one of the main things that I stress to people, like new couples or just whoever. If Christ is that foundation, you're going to seek wise counsel when you're arguing. You can't just go to anybody. Don't I don't want to throw people friends under the bus, but don't try to go to your single friends that are even just newly couples, because they're going through what do you have. I hope that you would have someone that's going to be non-biased and they're going to keep it real with you and tell you the truth. Um, Somebody that's going to give you godly counsel, pray with you guys, that's in your corner to want you guys to succeed, not someone that wants to see you guys break up. And keep your business, keep your personal business, like arguments and stuff, off of social media too, because not everybody on social media is rooting for you. A lot of people want you guys to fail. They're not going to tell you to your face, but they want you guys to fail. So, you know, for me, like marrying like my best friend is a accomplishment for me. I feel good. I'm trying to be um a good support system for her. Like we have check-ins where I ask her like, how's your mental? Is it anything that I can do better as a husband? Things of that nature, because it's like I obviously I'm not perfect. So I don't want to come off as that just because I've been married before. Obviously, it didn't work, so I was doing something wrong. But just understanding that we can all grow, and what one person needed from me might not be what the next person needs. So you have to take that into accountability and um, try to be the best support system for them. They might want you to support in a different way. They might want you to support by giving them space or doing other things, or praying with them, or you know just loving them, supporting them. It could be financially, it could be bringing them flowers, it could be anything, but it's like you have to figure out what their need is for you, right? Because everybody's not the same. um and you want to check in with that person weekly, if you can, monthly, just to, because people's feelings change. What they needed from you last week, they might not need that this week. They might need something else. They might need more. So I mean, I think that's good because like for us, I work, she works, and she's in school, and then we have church things and things of that nature. So we're busy, but when we come together, I don't want her to ever feel like um, I'm pulled in so many other directions that don't have anything to give her. She's come first. She's my priority. Making your spouse your priority is important. I understand that we have to work for a living and things of that nature, but you want to spend time with your person. You want to make sure they feel heard and seen and loved. I mean, I think that's very important. Um, I mean, it's a lot, and everybody's get married for different reasons. But for me, like I said, I met this person and it was like an overwhelming feeling, and I had God speaking to me and said this is the one. So that's why for us we were only engaged, well, we got engaged at 6 months, um and we got married less than a year. So for some that might be fast, but when like a man knows, but God can expedite your situation. And for us, it just felt right. We were both on board. No one felt pressure to do anything because it's not like she was pregnant and we had to go get married. Um, she had her own place. I had my own place. So it wasn't like for a need of somewhere to stay. Um, so everything just worked out and God worked it out for the best. And I feel like she makes me a better person. I hope I'm making her a better woman as she's going, you know, after her dreams and things of that nature. So we are still married, still happily married. She's in there right now doing homework anyway. Babe, did you want to come in here and say something? So I don't know, but like I said, everything's good, and um, for the most part, like I said, she's been busy with work and school, and I've been doing my work and side jobs and things of that nature, and a lot of church stuff. And um, oh, I got my LA stuff on today because I know New York won, but whatever. So here's babe. We still married.
Hi guys.
So I just
Hello.
wanted her to come in here and say hi. She's in there doing homework and all that. But like I said, you see the LA stuff. I know New York won. Shout out to New York for winning the championship in like 50 years. But I'm always rep LA, so that's just what it is. But let me know your thoughts, your comments, like, subscribe. Tell me why did you get married, why you got married, and what you learned from being married that we can help other couples, that we can encourage. You need prayer, you can put that in the comments too, and we'll be praying for you. Amen. Peace out.